Pro track and field is back, whether or not you realize it. And the biggest race of the week, at least in the 60-meter dash, took place over in Belgrade for the World Indoor Tour. And if you don't believe me, just consider that a week technically starts on Sunday and ends on Saturday. So even though the New Balance Grand Prix is going to be this Sunday upcoming, it's technically not in this week. So when we talk about pro track and field, this is where it's at for 7 days. I could tell you that Ronnie Baker of America got the victory in 6.53 seconds, but you probably wouldn't really know what that means, because most people don't even remember that he was an Olympic finalist back in 2021. And beyond that, 6.53 seconds is fast, but it's not a world-leading time, especially since we've now included outdoor times with the 60-meter dash indoors. I've already shared my thoughts on that, so there's no need to go back on that now. So I'm going to tell you what really happened in the race, even though I'm not entirely sure that you really care that much. I'm gonna let you be the judge, because if you watched the video and you made it this far, I guess you kinda care a little bit. But the reason why I'm discussing this is because I almost never made this video. For the reason that I just mentioned. I didn't think people actually cared. Track and field right now is in a state of crisis, and anybody who doesn't want to acknowledge that is not being honest. On Noah Lyles' new podcast, Beyond the Records, he talked with the guy from Dude Perfect, who simply asked him, as well as Rod Benjamin and Grant Holloway, why do you all train 4 years in a row for one moment? And they all agreed that it's pretty crazy. And the craziest thing for me listening to that conversation is the fact that that's not actually what's happening. All of the men there are professional athletes. They train and compete year in and year out and fly all around the world in order to do it. And they do it very well. The only problem is that casual fans really don't care to pay attention until the Olympics. But even that part is a lie, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I also have conversations with my friends that go almost the same way. The difference is, they often ask the question, what are these athletes doing for the other 4 years? In other words, they don't even know when the races are happening, much less that the top athletes are in those races. Pro track and field is actually a thing. It's just almost impossible to watch it if you wanted to. The only reason I got to see what happened over in Belgrade is because I have a Flow Track subscription, which kind of makes sense because of what I do. I even recently read a comment where someone asked me to start telling the community about pro track and field events that are upcoming. It's really hard to do because although I did watch it on Flow Track, I'm gonna be honest, I did watch it late because I had to check a separate schedule. I was looking it up. I was trying to figure out when the event was going to go down because I'd already found out, searching up something else, hey, I'm doing a lot of Googling here, that the event was going to take place. And then I found out 2 hours after it had already started, oh yeah, the event is going over in Belgrade. Track and field is very international when it comes to the pro scene. So it's gonna be really hard to turn it on and watch it during prime time in America. But hey, it is what it is. If you're not in America, you can't technically watch some of these races for free online. But in this nation, Flow Track has blacked that out. If you don't pay for them, you ain't watching it live. And this entire situation is a shame. So much so, it's why Olympian Michael Johnson said himself that he's trying to save the sport of track. Not necessarily field, but once again, another conversation I've already shared my thoughts on. No need to go back on it now. So let's have a conversation about the biggest sprinting race that actually went down for this entire calendar week. The men's 60-meter dash at the World Indoor Tour over in Belgrade. But if you're new here, I want to say thank you for even making it this far into the video. And I'm Coach Rob, the founder of SCArecruiting.com, where I rank the best track and field recruits across the entire nation. And if anything that I say actually connects with you, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe. But if I don't, just let me know in the comment section because I try to read them all. Because Ronnie Baker did get the victory, but he was running for something. He is an Olympian who is trying to get back to that level. And it all starts with the World Championships this year, specifically outdoors. So he is going to have to keep winning races and beat out Noah Lyles, Fred Curley, Kenny Bednarik, Christian Coleman, and anybody else you want to name if he wants to get back on Team USA. If he pulls that off, he's got a really good chance of getting the medal. That's the only problem that he is facing. And behind him was Raphael Boujou of the Netherlands and Henrik Larsson of Sweden. I apologize if I said either name incorrectly. Both of those men have been some of the most distinguished junior level sprinters in all of Europe, and they have the accolades to back it up. But they're on the pro circuit trying to prove themselves. So last time I remember the Netherlands having an elite level sprinter make it to a World Championship or Olympic final. In the 100-meter dash, had to be Randy Martina. I could be wrong, but I'm not feeling like Googling it right now. As far as Sweden, I'm pretty sure they have not had anybody from 2010 up until now make it that far in the 100. Henrik Larsson is trying to be the first. And in case you weren't paying attention, the final race was incredibly close. First place and fourth place were only separated by 0.04 of a second. But fourth place went to Coby Hilton of America. He's probably more well known on the internet for the suggestion that he was never really supposed to be this fast. But he is fast. He's been at the USA Indoor Championships in the finals 2 of the last 3 years, and clearly he's making a go at it again. He was only a 2-star recruit out of high school who ran at South Dakota State University. So technically, being on the pro circuit at all means he's already beaten the odds. But if he can win races like this, he has a shot to put on the red, white, and blue and get to World Indoor Championships. Because I'm pretty sure Noah Lyles ain't showing up for this one. Neither is Christian Coleman. What I'm trying to say is that pro track and field has plot lines to follow. But it is impossible to follow any of those plot lines if people don't even know when the races are happening, much less have an opportunity to watch them. We don't even give them a chance. Please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about this, but it starts to seem to me like people really only care about a race if someone runs a world-leading time or breaks some type of world record, even if we have to sensationalize what that record actually is. Once again, I hope I'm wrong on that, and I even admit that to some degree I may play into it from time to time, but it's only because it seems like that's what people want. I would love to just talk about the races that actually happen, because this is a race that actually happened with professional athletes where nothing else is really going down, at least to my knowledge. Something else might pop up that I never heard about. From Sunday all the way to a Saturday. But yes, the New Balance Grand Prix on Sunday, I will be paying attention. So I apologize that this video is a little bit different, because I almost never made it because I didn't know if you would care about it. So if you actually made it this far into the video, I know that you are a real one, and I appreciate it. In the sport of track and field, race day is honestly the easy part, because all of the real work gets put in when nobody is watching. When you wear every day is training day gear, you can let the whole world know that your success in competition is not an accident. Order yours at scarecruiting.com/shop or use the link in the description below, and it always comes with free shipping. It's a huge support to me and this channel, so I can continue to make you more content like this. And remember, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe.